The SNP's general election campaign leaflets focused on stopping Brexit and locking Boris Johnson out of number 10 and didn't mention independence. A total of 2.7 million votes were cast out of an electorate of 4.3 meters Scottish voters. The SNP got 1.24 meters votes, 460,000 fewer than the 1.8 meters they would need to win a referendum. It do not have a mandate for a referendum. Scotland's problem is its opposition parties. Labour has been a busted flush for years and the LibDems float along. The Conservatives' reliance on their being the most anti-independence plays well but fails to win them power. They have no policies to show the people there is a better alternative to the SNP, who are seen as the best of a bad bunch. Until that happens, Scotland is heading for a High Noon Holyrood election in 2021 when the SNP and Greens will win a majority of seats, more than 50% of the vote, and a moral and numeric case to hold what will be a horrible, divisive, possibly violent referendum that tears the UK asunder with no upside. Alan Sutherland, Stonehaven. In the aftermath of the 2019 general election, many political commentators across the UK have focused on the demise of the Labour Party with only cursory attention paid to the dismal failure of Joe Swinson and the Liberal Democrats to advance, never mind achieve the huge gains some were predicting, in spite of neither of the leading candidates, excluding the pretentious leader of the fourth party in the UK, being fit to be Prime Minister. Perhaps before Willie Rennie again stands up in the Scottish Parliament and mindlessly regurgitates his opposition to a second independence referendum, he should not only reflect on the increased support gained by the SNP, 264,811 votes, 10% of turnout, but on some of the other numbers associated with the result. At 7,796 votes, 0.3% of turnout, the cumulative majorities of all four successful Liberal Democrat candidates was less than that achieved by the single successful Labour candidate, Ian Murray, in Edinburgh South, majority of 11,095. Of course, it should be of no consolation to the Liberal Democrats that the Conservatives not only lost 7 of their 13 seats in Scotland through focusing solely on preventing a second independence referendum, but saw the cumulative majorities for their party fall to 19,210 votes, just 0.7% of turnout, and less than the 21,599 votes for Laura Mitchell of the SNP, who lost to Douglas Ross in Moray with a majority of 513. Given that the electorate did not support the undemocratic propositions of the party in Scotland or UK, where revocation of Article 50 was rejected even by traditional party supporters, it seems it is also time for the Liberal Democrat leader in Scotland to consider his position and possibly move aside for an MSP who is in principle both a Liberal and a genuine Democrat. For more on this story, visit the news article link.